श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे. So we will start with the chanting of the first shloka. After that we will see the meaning of the first word, okay, based on bhashya. ओम विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारो भूत भव्य भवत् प्रभुः भूतकृत् भूतभृत् भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः. Okay, now we were seeing Bhagavan Bhashyakara, he gave three meanings for Vishvaṃ. The first being the Vishvaṃ being the cause for creation. Second, Vishvaṃ is identical with the Brahman. Third is Vishvaṃ means it pravisham. Vishva pravisha. So it enters. So for the entering, he gave the meaning tat srishtva tadeva anupravishat. After creating, the self itself entered it. So the self entering the creation is what he showed. Now he is giving you can say it as a fourth meaning. Actually, it is a different interpretation for the same pravesha, entering. Okay, what is that? Kiñca, moreover. saṃhṛtau viśanti viśvaṃi bhūtānyasminniti viśvaṃ brahma. Kiñca, moreover. saṃhṛtau, during the dissolution, viśanti viśvaṃi bhūtāni. Viśanti, pravishanti, they enter. What? Viśvaṃi bhūtāni, all the creations, they enter. Enter what? Asmin, enter this. Iti, therefore, Vishvaṃ is Brahman. So, how do you know this? Because it is said, prayantyabhisaṃviśanti iti śruteḥ. Yato vāco nivartante. Yato vā imāni bhūtāni jāyante, yena jātāni jīvanti, prayantyabhisaṃviśanti. That is exactly what is said. Yato vā imāni bhūtāni jāyante, from which every being come into existence, in which everything is sustained, into which everything enters during dissolution. Okay, so entering can mean from the cause Brahman, entering the effect. The cause Brahman entering the effect. Entering also can mean the effector merging in the cause. Entering the cause means merging in the cause during the dissolution. Okay, so tathā. In this way, sakalaṃ jagat kāryabhūtameṣa viśati. The whole creation, sakalaṃ jagat, all the creation means whatever you see as the effect. They enter. Esha viśati. They enter this. Atra cākhilaṃ viśvaṃ viśatītyubhayathāpi. The whole creation enters this. This enters everything. Esha viśati. This enters the whole creation, or the whole creation enters this. In both the ways, ubhayathāpi, in both the ways, viśvaṃ brahma. Viśvaṃ means Brahma. It is śruteḥ. Based on the Shruti, we understand. Everything enters this, or in this enters everything. Whichever way you see, it is Brahman. Viśvaṃ means everything. Okay. Based on this, there is another point here. See, we said Viśvāya namaha, Om Viśvāya swaha. These are two things for Viśvāya. Normally, Viśva word in the fourth case is Viśvāya. Okay, when you understand, take it in the sense of everything, sarvam, cākhilaṃ, then Viśva becomes sarvanama. Viśvaṃ, datara, datama, katama, katra, etc. They are sarvanama shabdas, the words which are pronouns. And pronouns are pronounced as viśvasmai. The same word, if it is a noun, it will be declined as a viśvāya in fourth case. If it is a pronoun, it is declined as a viśvasmai. Therefore, we have Om Viśvasmai Namaha, Om Viśvasmai Swaha, like that. Okay? Now, Shruti, he is bringing the pramana of Shrutis. Anyatra dharmādanyatrādharmāt ityārabhya. From here it starts. anyatra dharmādanyatrādharmāt ityārabhya. Some places it is said as dharma, some places it is called as adharma, some places it is said to be existing, some places it is said to be non-existing. So, yat pashyati tad vada. Whatever you see, as it is, tell me. This is what is the question of Nachiketa, a 5-year-old young boy who is the disciple, asking his guru Yamaraja, the Lord of Death, Mrityu. The story is Nachiketa's father did this fire oblation called Sarvasva Yaga. To Sarvasva Yaga means you have to give whatever is yours. Sarvasva, whatever you own, everything should be given to others. So this old man, he was performing the yaga, but since his son was very young, he wanted to save something for his son. So he saved whatever is good for his son, and whatever is bad, he gave it to others. He donated to others. That is not the way to donate. So he is going to incurse him. So this fellow, though small boy, he understands this. So he goes on pestering his father. Whom will you give me to? Because I am yours. So whom will you give me to? Whom will you give me to? Papa, father. Whom will you give me to? So when this pestering is too much always. When this pestering was too much, his father, in an angry spot, he said, I will give you to death. He took it to heart. Give me to death? Okay. He went to the Lord of Death's house and waited there. Because there was no man, so he waited there. Then, this Yamaraja, after going around, he came after 3 days. When he came, a boon for a day. So he gave 3 boons to Nachiketa. Nachiketa utilized the boons properly, and when he saw his intelligence, he gave an extra boon also. Then Nachiketa asked, as my boon, I will ask this. They say it exists. They say, no, it doesn't exist. Whatever you see, you please tell me. Now, the next shloka is the answer, but Yamaraja didn't give him the answer directly. He said, what is the silly questions you are asking? See, beautiful damsels, Apsara, Menaka, etc. are here. Okay? Celestial damsels they are. And see these diamonds and all the precious stones and all the wealth is here this side. Take whatever you want. Enjoy your life. Why are you asking these questions for your age? Then at this point, this fellow says, Tavaiva vaha tavanrutya gite. Keep your song and dance with yourself. If you want to answer, give me the answer. Give me that boon as the answer. But don't give me all these stupid advices. I'll just take that Yamaraja does not mean what he promises. He'll back off from his promise. I'll just take it like that and I'll go. Don't worry about me. He says, no, beta, this is all for you, right? So he says, his idea is, see, why should I ask these things? Anyway, when I go, you are going to give me all this goodies. You are not going to send me empty-handed. Why should I waste my boon for these things? So smart fellow. So for him, when he tested his Veka and Vairagya, his dispassion and discrimination, Yamaraja teaches him. Sarve vedā yatpadamāmananti, tapāṃsi sarvāṇi ca vadanti, yadicchanto brahmacaryaṃ caranti, tatte padaṃ saṃgraheṇa bravīmyomityetat. See, actually, the shloka is sarve vedā yatpadamāmananti, tapāṃsi sarvāṇi ca vadanti, yadicchanto brahmacaryaṃ caranti, tatte padaṃ saṃgraheṇa bravīmi. Over. But he is adding the answer to this with omitiyetat. It is beyond the scope of the shloka, the meter of the shloka, but still he is adding that. Sarve vedaha yatpadamāmananti. All the Vedas, yatpadam. Padam means state. Padam means padaniyam, that which you need to gain. Okay, both. Padam means state and padam means that needs to be gained. So that which needs to be gained, all the Vedas, amananti, they sing about this. All the Vedas sing about which that needs to be gained, or which that state, tapāṃsi sarvāṇi chayat vadanti. And all the penance are set for whichever result, yadicchanto brahmacaryaṃ caranti, and desiring which everyone practices the celibacy, etc. tatte padaṃ saṃgraheṇa bravīmi, tad padam, that state, that truth, saṃgte, to you, saṃgraheṇa, in brief, bravīmi, I will tell you. What is that? Ommityetat, that is Om. Om is that. Okay. And what is Om? So for that he says, etat dhyēvaksharam brahma, etat dhyēvaksharam param, etat dhyēvaksharam ñātva, yo yadicchanti tasya tat. Etad hi eva aksharam brahma, etad hi eva aksharam param, etad hi eva aksharam ñātva, yo yad ichchati tasya tat. Etad hi eva aksharam brahma. Etad hi, definitely this is he, definitely etad eva aksharam. This is the one which is aksharam brahma. Aksharam brahma. Brahma means self. Aksharam means there are two interpretations possible. Aksharam means syllable, a word, a character. Okay, so aksharam, syllable, character. Aksharam also can mean naksharati iti aksharam, that which does not disintegrate. Okay, so Brahman is that which does not disintegrate, that because it doesn't have parts. Brahman is this Om is eka aksharam, is one syllable. See, though we may think akara, ukara, makara, there are three syllables there, and there is a half syllable which is silence. True, the Shruti itself says that akara, ukara, makara are three syllables, and one syllable is silent, half syllable is silent. But still, eka aksharam, Om is accepted as a one character. Okay, now etat hi eva aksharam param. This is the one syllabled Brahman. This is the supreme, one syllabled supreme. But wait, Brahman is something, and this is a word. How can a word be thing? Word be equated with something? If we have that doubt, we have to understand there is nothing. There is no duality of word and object. All the objects are one with the word. The pot object is not different from the name pot. Nama, Rupa, they are not different. That is one idea. So the Rupa, the form that is in the name itself, is not different from the name. Okay, so when we say that this is the name, mean form, whatever form that merges in the name, the whole creation that is in the Omkara, that in that name. Etat hi eva aksharam ñātva, knowing this akshara non-disintegrating self, ñātva, knowing is experiencing. Aparoksha anubhuti, aparoksha non-dual, immediate knowledge, immediate experience, they are same. Okay, yo yadicchanto, whatever he desires, tasya tatte, he gains that. Whatever he desires means when there is nothing other than self, what can he desire? Desire can be of the attributed self or non-attributed self, param, aparam, brahma, whichever. So that is what is said. Tasya tatte, he will gain that. Iti Karthaka. This is what the Kathopanishad says. Now he is saying from Prashnopanishad, etat vai satyakama param ja brahma yadonkaraha ityupakramya yah punaretam trimatrena omityetat eteneva aksharena param brahma vidhyayita. Iti Prashnopanishad. From Prashnopanishad he is bringing next pramana. He says Etad vai satyakama. Oh satyakama, understand. Etad vai, definitely this is paramcha aparamcha brahma. This is both the param brahma and aparam brahma, the superior brahma and the inferior brahma, the attributed brahma and the non-attributed. Param is non-attributed, unattributed, and aparam is attributed. Okay, so this is unattributed as well as the attributed self, yet omkara, which is omkara. Omkara is the both attributed and non-attributed self. Beginning with this, iti upakramya, beginning with this, yah punar etam trimatrena omityetena eva aksharena param purusham abhidhyayita. One who meditates purusham abhidhyayita, param purusham abhidhyayita, one who meditates on that supreme self with this one syllabled omkara with the three characters, then he gains that. This is a different thing. See, omkara in Mandukya Upanishad, etc., when you see the omkara, the normal is akara, ukara, makara, and silence. Akara is one syllable, ukara is one syllable, makara is one syllable, and silence is half syllable. Okay, akara is the waking state, ukara is the dream state, makara is the deep sleep state, and silence is the turiya state. Though turiya, the fourth, is not a state, when compared to these, that is also referred to as a state. In reality, that is the swarupa. Okay, so this is how it is seen in the Mandukya Upanishad, merging a in u in makara, and makara in the silence. But here he is giving a different kind of meditation, which is a akara one syllable, or akara ukara two syllabled, and akara ukara makara three syllabled. So if you meditate on akara, then this is just waking state, which is the devata is the Rigveda. You will gain this, it's jagat state, it's waking state. Therefore, you will gain the waking world, this mortal world. If you meditate on akara and ukara, two syllable, if you meditate on akara and ukara, two syllables, then that is the dream state. And the Veda is Yajurveda, Devata, Yajurvediya Devata is the Devata. And the state which you will gain is, the place which you will gain is not the mortal world. You will gain the Soma world, the world of moon, which is actually the Antariksha, the atmosphere. That's the place which you will go to. Okay. Now, the third, Triyakshara, when you meditate on the akara, ukara, and makara, all the three characters, then, which is a Samaveda Devata, which has the Samaveda as the Devata, and the sleep state. When you meditate on this, you will go to Surya Mandala. Actually, Surya Mandala is the name which we give. It is Satyaloka, which is Brahmaloka itself. Okay. Now, you will go to that, where it is Saguna Brahma world. Then you can go to the Nirguna Brahma state also with that. So, this is how it is explained there. Iti Prashna Upanishad, in Prashna Upanishad. Again, he comes to the Taittiriya Upanishad, Yajurveda Aranyake. Om iti Brahma, Om iti idam sarvam iti Yajurveda Aranyake. In Yajurveda, Aranyaka portion, the Aranyaka means Aranya Bhava, that which takes place in forest. Okay. Mostly the Upanishads are in the Aranya portion. It need not be Aranya portion. Because Ishavasya Upanishad is not in Aranya portion. It is in Samhita portion. Mantra part. Okay. Anyway. So, this Om iti Brahma, Om ityārabhya sarvam, Om ityārat anhṛtiyasmava, ityārabhya, like that the mantras go. But he is not taking anything. He is just taking two pieces from that mantra. Om iti Brahma, Om iti idam sarvam. Everything is over. Om iti Brahma. Om is this Brahman. Om is all this. What more do you need? So, iti pradhanike. Okay. Shabda and the artha don't differ. This is very aptly put in the Mangala Charana, in the invocation shloka by the Mahakavi, the great poet Kalidasa, one of the greatest poet. So he writes in his Meghaduta, he says, Vagarthau iva saṃhṛtau vagarthah pratipaktaye. Vak arthau iva saṃhṛtau. One who is identical, one who is inseparable like the vak and artha, the word and the meaning. That for gaining the knowledge of vak and artha, the word and the meaning, vak artha pratipatte, for gaining the knowledge of word and meaning, jagatah pitarau. Who is that who is identical with like vak and artha, the word and meaning? Jagatah pitarau. Jagatah pitarau. The pitarau means a dual case. Father and mother. The mother and father of this creation. Who is that? Parvati Parameshwara. Jagatah Pitaro Vande. Vande Parvati Parameshwara. I salute that Parvati and Parameshwara who is the parents of this world. Who are inseparable like the word and the meaning. For gaining the knowledge of the word and meaning, I salute them. That is what he says. Word and meaning are inseparable. So, Yajurveda Upanishad also says this. Now, tathā shankuna sarvāṇi varnāni saṃhṛtau evam eva omkārena sarvā vāk saṃhṛtau omkāra eva idam sarvam iti chandogya. Now he is bringing in chandogya. Why are we talking about omkara instead of talking about Brahman? Omkara is Brahman. See, we call this as pratika upasana. Pratika means an object for meditation. Okay, since we cannot, this other is ahaṅgrahya upasana, accepting everything as self, which is impossible for everyone. So we need something to meditate upon. Pratika upasana we call it. Now, when you say pratika upasana, we'll give an example. When you say Shiva, Vishnu, you have a form. Okay, there is a stone, which Shivalinga we call it. Okay, then Shivalinga, you meditate on the Shivalinga. Shivalinga, whom will you meditate? As Shiva. A linga, a stone, you will meditate as a Shiva. But if that same stone is from the Gandaki river, then that is a Shalagrama. It is called a Shalagrama. That Shalagrama is worshipped as Vishnu. So that is a pointer, pratika. It's an imaginary idea for that absolute. Okay, you meditate that Shiva or that Vishnu in this stone. Similarly, you meditate on the Brahman in this Om. Therefore, this Om is pratika. That is why we are talking to a pointer to gain that self. So, he is giving another example. Tat yatha shankuna sarvāṇi parnāni saṃhṛtau evam omkārena sarva vāk saṃhṛtau. Tad yatha. I'll give an example, he says. Yatha, just as a shankuna sarvāṇi parnāni saṃhṛtau. Shankuna, by the shanku, sarvāṇi parnāni, all the leaves, saṃhṛtau are pervaded. What is shanku? Shanku means the nerves. When you see a leaf, when you take a leaf, you can see the nerves spreading throughout the whole, pervading the whole of the leaf. If you have not seen that, you see, oh, there are gaps in the leaves. How can you say it's pervading the whole leaf? Don't worry. Just put it in water. Let the leaf disintegrate. Okay, spoil, rot. Then after it rots, you take it, dry it. The leaf part will fall down. You will see only the nerves portion without any sheet covering the camouflaging or hiding the nerves. The nerves are the important section of that tree. The water from the roots are taken to the leaves through the nerves, and the energy from the sun, etc., they are taken from the leaves to the tree through that nerves. So, like that nerve which is pervading the whole of the leaf, all the leaves, similarly, like the nerves spread throughout the leaves, similarly, omkarena sarva vaka saṃhṛtau. By omkara, all the words are pervaded. Omkara eva idam sarvam. Meaning, simply put, omkara is, om is everything, all this. Iti chandogya. This is what Chandogya Upanishad says. Omityetat aksharam iti upakramya. Okay. After Chandogya Upanishad, he is bringing Mandukya Upanishad. Omityetat aksharam, that is the key word. Omityetat aksharam. Om, this is the undecaying eternal truth. This is from the Upanishad. So, taking that, iti upakramya, taking that, he is going to the karika portion. Karika portion means, this is karika also. Karika portion means the commentary to Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad is a very small Upanishad, but the commentary is the best commentary for all the Upanishads. So, you have a shloka commentary by Bhagavan Bhashyakara's Grand Guru, and Bhagavan Bhashyakara comments upon those shlokas. Okay, now, Pranavo hi aparam brahma pranavascha param smrtah apurvo anaparo bhāṣya anapara pranavo vyayah. Pranavo hi aparam brahma pranavah cha parah smrtah apurvah anantarah abhāṣyah anaparah pranavah avyayah. Pranava is Omkara. So suddenly, why are you talking about Pranava? We are talking about Pranava. Pranava means Omkara. Omkara means Brahman. Okay, so Pranava hi aparam Brahma. Pranava is the Saguna Brahman, attributed self. Oh, why are you then talking about it? Pranavascha parasmrta. Pranava is also the unattributed self, the supreme self, the absolute self. And Pranavaha, this Pranava is Apurvaha. Purva is yasyana vidyate, for which there is no cause. Anaparaha, for which there is no effect. Anantaraha, there is nothing dual. Abhāṣya, there is nothing external to which. So, that Pranava is Avyayaha, Navyatityabhya, that which does not undergo transformation. That which does not transform. Okay. Sarvasya pranavo hyadir madhyamantastataiva ca evam hi pranavam nyatva vyashnute tadanantaram. Sarvasya pranavaha hi adihi madhyam antah tathaiva ca evam hi pranavam nyatva vyashnute tadanantaram. Sarvasya hi adihi madhyam antah pranava tathaiva ca pranavaha eva. So for everything, for the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, meaning during the creation, during the sustenance, and during the dissolution, in all the states, Pranava only exists. Okay. Evam hi pranam nyatva, knowing that the Pranava is the beginning, middle, and end of everything, knowing this, meaning immediate knowledge, immediate experience. Having the immediate knowledge, immediate experience, vyashnute tadanantaram, he gains that absolute self afterwards. After which, that anantara means afterwards. After which means not after a delay. Immediately. Anantara is just a word play. That's all. Just for you to communicate something. The Shruti uses anantaram. In fact, it is immediately at that very moment. You experience that very moment. The duality is lost. Okay, you experience that absolute self. The moment you understand, you experience that. That's the idea. Pranavam hi ishvaram vidyat sarvasya hridaye sthitam sarvavyapinam omkaram nyatva dhiro na shochate. Pranavam hi ishvaram vidyat sarvasya hridaye sthitam sarvavyapinam omkaram nyatva dhira na shochate. Where should I meditate on this Pranava? So he says, Pranavam hi ishvaram vidyat. Know this Pranava to be the creator Ishvara, the Lord of everything. Sarvasya hridayastham, and he sits as an indweller in all the hearts, the hearts of all the beings. Sarvavyapinam omkaram nyatva. This omkara, this Pranava, knowing Pranava which is omnipresent, knowing this Pranava which is omnipresent, dhiraha, this person with discrimination, this person with knowledge, immediate knowledge, na shochati, does not undergo sorrow, does not grieve. Meaning, tarati shokam atmavit, the knower of the self cross over the sorrow of samsara. अमात्रो अनन्तमात्रश्च द्वैतस्य उपशमः शिवः ओंकारो विदितो येन स मुनिर्नेतरो जनः अमात्रः अनन्तमात्रश्च द्वैतस्य उपशमः शिवः ओंकारः विदितः येन स मुनिः नेतरो जनः अमात्रः it is without any syllable. Akara, ukara, makara, and half syllable we said. It is just for namesake. There is no syllable there. Amatraha. Okay. Amatra means that it does not have an existence. Because existence, if something is existent, it should have to have a syllable, right? So, anantamatrascha, it does everything. Ananta, unlimited. It cannot be limited by, it cannot have any limiting agents of time, space, etc. Time, space, causation. There is no limiting agents for this. Anantamatrascha, it is ananta, absolute. Dvaitasya upashamaha. Then is this everything? Then there is duality? No. Dvaitasya upashamaha, where the duality comes to an end. Since the duality comes to an end, it is called as Shiva, auspiciousness. Okay? Omkara vidittah yena. This kind of Omkara, one who understands Sa Munihi, he is called as Muni. Muni, Mananat Munihi, a person who has the nature, habit to inquire into the self. Okay? Na itaraha janaha, not anyone else. Even though the person may know the Shastras, still he cannot be claimed to be called as Muni because he is not inquiring into it. Okay? No. Iti, this is what Mandukya Upanishad says. Mandukya Karika says. Okay. Om tat brahma, om tat vayu, om tat atma, om tat satyam ityārabhya śrutebhya. And the Taittiriya Upanishad again comes and says, Om tat brahma, Om is Brahman. Om is the vayu, the pervading the air. Okay. Om tat atma, Om is the self. Om tat satyam, Om is the truth, undeniable truth, which exists in all the three periods of time. Ityārabhya śrutebhya. All the Shrutis claim this. Okay. So only Shrutis, Smritis also. So the powerful Smriti, which is Bhagavad Gita, he brings it as the Pramana. Om ityekāksharam brahma vyaharan māmanusmaran yah prayati ityajandeham sa yati paramam gatim. Om iti eka aksharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran yah prayati deham tyajandeham sa yati paramam gatim. Om iti, this om iti, this om is eka aksharam brahma, is one syllable to Brahman. Eka aksharam brahma, eka one aksharam syllable to Brahma. Okay. Eka aksharam brahma, eka non-dual aksharam, that which is not undergo decay, and non-dual undecaying self. Same ekaksharam brahma can be interpreted in both ways. Vyaharan, knowing this, meditating on this, mam anusmaran, thinking about me, the non-dual self, yah prayati deham tyajan, one who lives after giving up the body. It is not, it necessarily need not mean the death. When you give up the identity with the body, that I am the body, when you give up this identification with the body, tādatmya bhava we call it. Okay, that tadatmani bhava, being that very body. So when you give up that identification with the body, sa yati paramam gatim, he gains that absolute state. Gains that absolute state, he verily is that absolute state. Okay, we'll see this. Om purnamadav purnamidam purnat purnamadachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.